Hello and welcome to celebrating the 31 expressions of light. And we are the Soul Evolution Collaborative, and we are pleased to have you join us for this 31-day experience in whatever way works for you. Whether you're watching it live or you're watching it on the replay, any way that works for you, this is going to be an exciting time. And so, like so many who have come before us, we set aside this time of year to celebrate light. And Ernest Holmes says in The Science of Mind, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was life, and the Word was light. And the light through law produced form, and the created form turned to light, and the light of consciousness dawned. And humans beheld the light and walked in it, and the light was all. So as we move into the special time of year, we're going to look at 31 ways to experience and celebrate this elemental foundation of the universe and actively create space for more light in our collective experience for humanity. So each evening for the month of December, we'll be live with a new word to celebrate and a daily activity for the following day that attempts to bring us closer to this experience of the light. So if this is your first time hearing about us, you can jump on over to soulevolutioncollaborative.org and sign up for reminders and daily activity details. So let's just take a deep breath, breathing in the wonder and beauty of this day, this time, this beautiful now moment. So celebrating and honoring light is something found in traditions all over the world. And recognizing the importance of light during this time of year when the days become shorter and light continues to remain at the center of spirituality. The light is a divine quality that illumines and enlightens. It is the source of all it is. It is that which fills all of the spaces. It is that which has always been. Not only are we honoring the light that physically illumines our world, but even more so the light that resides within each of us. And in the beginning, there was light, and it was good. And light takes many forms and shines through many expressions. So this month, we set aside this time to honor and celebrate the importance of those many forms. So our expression of light for today, our word for the day, is shadow. And we understand that shadow comes from, you can't have shadow without light, and you can't have shadow without darkness. So this talking about shadow as the expression of light. So along with light comes shadow. Shadow is created by something blocking the light from continuing its path. So when we deny those spaces in ourselves that make us feel uncomfortable, or the traits and things that we'd rather not admit that exist within us, we experience this being separate from the light. So when we accept all parts of ourselves just as we are, we allow the light to shine through. And so our reading for tonight. Unfortunately, there can be no doubt that man is, on the whole, less good than he imagines himself or wants to be. Everyone carries a shadow, and the less is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. If an inferiority is conscious, one always has a chance to correct it. Furthermore, it is constantly in contact with other interests, so that it is continually subjected to modifications. But if it is repressed and isolated from consciousness, it never gets corrected. And so that's our opportunity to take a look at that. And so our daily activity. So as we seek to experience a greater awareness of this expression of light, this expression that we know as shadow as one of the expressions of light, consider the following activity as a way to embody and explore this idea in a practical way. And after I'm done reading this, I'll put it in the chat so that you can have a copy of it so that you can embody this for tomorrow. This is called the family tree exercise. So make a list of your parent or guardian or caregiver's character flaws. Then take a moment to quietly and honestly look within and see how you may embody those same qualities, but are aware that you do. Think about how this may allow you to extend grace not only to yourself, but others. And so for a more in-depth look at this, you can extend this to your grandparents or aunts or uncles, siblings, cousins, anyone in your sphere of influence. or go right to the people with whom you maybe have animosity with. Isolate what it is about them that triggers you and ask yourself, how am I that? It will probably not look identical, so it will take some open-minded investigation just to be open to this awareness that we all have within us, those things that we love to bring to the surface and those things that we kind of like to keep hidden. And so looking at those shadowy parts of ourselves allows us to sink into this greater and greater awareness of the light and how we can shine light on those areas and bring them to the surface for healing. So I'm going to put that in the chat so that you can see that. So as we've talked about this idea of shadow and this activity where we're going to explore a little bit of those areas of ourselves tomorrow, that's the invitation to take this expression of light, the shadow, and to take this activity and maybe explore a little bit about ourselves and how that exploration can shed light and bring about a deeper awareness of who and what we are. So our intention, our focus for tomorrow will be practicing extending grace to everyone, including ourselves. So I'm going to say a little treatment, a little affirmation to set us on our way tonight in preparation for tomorrow in this exploration. Knowing that there is a power presence that is back of all things. There's not a space or place where this presence is not found. It is found in those areas of ourselves that we're super proud of, and it's also found in those areas of ourselves that we would like to keep hidden. Those areas of growth, those areas of challenge, those opportunities within ourselves to seek more balance, seek more alignment. And so this power and presence that is in everything is not something that's outside of us, but instead we are connected to it. And so it is from this space of connectedness, that we can step into this exploration, knowing our wholeness, knowing the truth of who we are, knowing the wholeness is the shadow and in the light, and knowing that as we seek into this deeper and deeper understanding of all those aspects of ourselves, that we are able to experience this wholeness, this light on a new and powerful level. And this not only informs our self-talk about ourselves, but our interaction with others and our connection with that divine presence. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for this time. I'm grateful for this month where we can explore these different expressions of the light and come to a greater and greater understanding of ourselves, and do this not only on an individual level, but on a collective level. So we release these words into the law that only ever says yes, that shines the light. We allow them to be just as they are. And so it is.